Whoa, wait.
Yeah. Go on. My bad, Joe. My bad, Joe. I really did. I honestly did not.
You good? Welcome.
Okay, welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We were talking about Nazis and Toxic Avenger 4.
We were talking about random shit.
Yeah.
Movies.
D-Walk, take it
Movies
away.
and TV.
Yo, welcome. What's going on in NXT? You with your boy, Mr. Flint A10. I got my partners, my peoples. We here to talk about wrestling news, rumors, other bullshit. I got Joe BNCO. I got the Invisible Woman, Invisible Man. How y'all doing today?
Doing good. Having fun. Go on, girl.
Life. You know, how you guys doing tonight?
We good. I'm good. I can't complain. Just feel like doing some art shit right now, but you know, I'm good. I'll be good.
Judging by your eyeballs, it looks like you're about halfway to drunk walk.
No, I'm high.
Bring back Soldier Boy.
I know.
Not Soldier Boy, you know. Soldier Boy.
Oh, she wants the Dakota Fanning glasses out.
Okay. I got you. That ain't none.
And then put that scarf on your head and not on your chin. That way you can look like Dakota Fanning when she's trying to walk outside the shop.
Okay, we're talking about NXT here, ladies and gentlemen. We're not talking about freaking movies and that Elle Fanning. I have a problem with her ass. Either way, welcome to NXT Time with D-Walk. We start off NXT Time with D-Walk.
Speaking of wrestling, let's go ahead and get this out of the way. I know we're going to talk more about it on Saturday, but two things. Let's get out of the way really quickly. One, Liv Morgan has been announced for a major motion picture project, but they have not revealed what it is yet.
Okay. I've seen something about it. It's like a
major.
She gonna be co-starring with one of the actors that was in the Godzilla movie, and it was somebody else.
It's supposed to be like a big project, and it's supposed to be her big break in Hollywood. And if this goes well, then she's gone. She ain't going to be in WWE very much longer. And then two, Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan launching a wrestling company with the gentleman who trained John Jones and a bunch of professional champions and world-class athletes, which I don't know his name off the top of my head. Martinez, I think his last name is.
Izzy Martinez.
Yeah, Izzy Martinez. How do you guys feel about that?
Okay, let me give the context for Cardala here.
Includes.
Okay.
I sent y'all the videos. They were doing like the NWO thing.
Yeah, I've seen both of them.
I liked it. Good production though.
No, production's fine. This is the weirdest NXT Time with D-Walk you ever started. Oh my god. We'll have the videos on Saturday, ladies and gentlemen. I have both of them.
Yep.
Here we go. Hulk Hogan and Eric Bischoff back in the day of the early 90s, well, late 90s-ish, 90s. They didn't really make WCW, but they came together in the NWO. They were the guys with the money, the pizzazz. They didn't give a fuck about anybody. They were just assholes. 90s assholes. Now, there was more than two. It was three. Now, obviously, one of them has died. Shout out to Scott Hall. May he rest in peace. The other one, Nash, we just saw him in the movie Chick Fight, being a super gay guy that had a heart attack because he was having sex with a small guy on top of a washing machine. That's an actual thing that happened in the movie, ladies and gentlemen. And he said the words, if I remember these exactly, the boyfriend told him, please, next time, don't pass out while inside me.
Yeah.
And I don't have to press the button because that sounded icky that Kevin Nash let that pass. This is Kevin Nash, ladies and gentlemen. The man, yeah, I'm going to press it.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God.
He also has his own podcast called Click This.
Yeah. Well, that's there. So the fact that
talking about a guy who said Io Sky suck.
Well, either way,
he's wrong.
He doesn't. He's right. He's not right on that. That's so. Eric Bischoff and Hulk Hogan come together in that one video saying that they have a big announcement. They have a third member people are buzzing for days trying to find out who the third member is. People are saying that it's probably just a podcast that they're doing with Conrad Thompson, another wrestling legend. So what happened? The second video came out that Joe sent it, and it's actually Izzy Martinez, a guy who's just really, really, really rich, who has trained UFC fighter John Jones.
Also, collegiate wrestling. He's won a lot of gold medals and stuff like that for wrestling and for America and for colleges and stuff.
There's the world done. And now they're making a wrestling promotion, a new one. And the money that Izzy Martinez has, the money that Hogan has, the money that Matt Bischoff has.
Bischoff's well off.
He's not well off. He's well to do. He's not well off like Hogan, who won that lawsuit against Gawker for untold millions. Untold. And they paid it. And Izzy Martinez is a guy who trained John Jones. The name alone gave him millions as a trainer to anybody who picked him up. So he has the backing. So I'm guessing this is like a net worth of maybe 250, 300 million at the most. At the most, I'm just being modest. At the most, maybe it might be half a billion.
Yeah, because Hogan's got that Real American beer, which is like with WWE and now American Alpha is now promoting it.
That's true.
All right,
money.
Yo, did you see that message I sent you where Vince McMahon still got the number 2 stock in TKO?
Mm-hmm.
Vince McMahon still got a shitload of money in TKO.
He hasn't sold it all.
Yeah, but that's the point we're saying right now. With these videos coming out, and Joe saying that, what do we think about the wrestling promotion? Here's the thing. I would watch it, maybe not watch it, maybe not even review it, because Hulk Hogan's stink is his own ego projecting into a wrestling promotion. This is going to be weird as fuck. It's like if Freddy Krueger doesn't kill people, but he makes a school of people killing people.
But Izzy Martinez going to have creative control, I was told.
Next to Hogan, come on, Joe. As the moon rises, it's not going to turn into cotton candy. And you know damn well, there's no way Hogan is not going to give enough percentage of creative control that he can't put his foot in there. There's no way. There's no way.
Who gonna be wrestling? Goldberg and X-Pac?
Yeah, you know why? And it would work, D-Walk. X-Pac doing a 2-minute match where 1.5 minutes he's talking. Boom, it works. Freaking Goldberg doing one guy, 20 seconds. Go on, Joe.
Look at how well X-Pac did when he came out for TNA for that small little tidbit on their pay-per-view. Their ratings popped.
There you go.
Hulk Hogan gonna bring his nephew to come back and wrestle?
Fine. It makes money. Guess what? All wrestling now is all about nostalgia and finding new talent. Eric Bischoff knows a lot of people on his side. Hulk Hogan has a lot of followers on his side, and Izzy Martinez has a lot of UFC people that he's trained, and he knows they can say, "Hey, you want to try wrestling for a little bit? We'll pay you, I don't know, $500,000 for a year just to come in and do like 8 matches." That's it.
Hogan
it's gonna
just
be
opened.
like WWE. Go on, Joe.
Didn't Hogan just open a bar restaurant in Times Square?
Yeah.
Again, yes. And this is all money that will help the business, but you have an egotistical, narcissistic fiend like Hogan and a egotistical asshole like fucking Bischoff. And Izzy Martinez is just a money man. Now, here's the real question, Joe. How long is this going to last? Is this like Global Force Wrestling that lasted less than a year?
Or XWF?
Or XWF that lasted a year? That's it?
XWF was actually owned and run by Hogan. So
yeah, and then shout out to Deadlock Wrestling. They made fun of that. Like Hogan said he was there, but then sometimes when he asked him, he said he wasn't there. It's a lot of weird shit. Either way, let's come on. We're NXT time with D1. We're 10 minutes in.
I know. Hey, this sound like how me and Joe be getting when y'all not around and everything. We go off subject and they're gonna talk about different
but
shit.
This is new. But this is new news. This is new news. I brought it up because it's new news. We need to talk about it because it has the potential to actually do something.
Yeah, There's a lot of wrestlers that'll jump ship real quick to go to Hogan and Bischoff's side just for fun.
Is Freddie Prinze Jr. going to be involved also? That'll also be a swing factor as well.
Yeah. Ryback can be in that place. He'll make money there. Mandy Moore.
Freddie Prinze Jr. has been trying to start
Rose.
his own. Freddie Prinze Jr. has been trying to start his own wrestling federation for a while, but he's been getting blacklisted. Like they're not letting him do certain things.
Yeah, so yeah, that's true. I like that. So here's the question: how long will it last, Joe? How long will it last, Dennis? How long will this wrestling company start and end? I give it 3 years.
3 days.
Maybe 2. Nah, I give it 2 years. That's it.
It depends on and this all depends on how they run it and who's running it. This all can be a really good thing and it could be a really bad thing. It just depends on how it's run and who's running it. It could be like a year to 2 years, or it could be 5 years, 10 years. It could be we could have a longevity company like an AEW or a WWE, or TNA, but the problem is that Hogan needs to not be involved as much.
No, exactly, and that's a problem. You give him a wrestling company, and then you tell him you don't have that much creative control. He'll politic his own company, and then people say, "Hey, dude, you don't have to politic your own company. It's your own company." Well, brother, I just think someone who has leeway, someone to be like, "Hey, we want to give you money to promote this wrestler or promote this brand," and it's just going to be a product of interest, like a conflict of interest between company, man, and item, and it's just Hogan. I fucking hate Hogan. If it was anybody else, if Flair was the guy instead of Hogan, I'll be jumping for joy.
Flair might be involved. Flair might be involved.
Yeah.
He could promote his weed and promote
enough money. He gets involved in anything. It's Flair. It doesn't matter, man.
His weed is supposedly like top notch.
Of course,
from what I've heard.
The good people are going to go over there first. Either way, all right. Let's talk about NXT time with D-Walk.
What happened first in NXT?
I remember exactly what happened. Okay. They said his name and he appeared. Someone believed that Joe Hendry and he came out. All right. Here's the transcript because this is going to be really crazy.
I still don't believe Hendry.
I know you don't. I know you don't. Say his name and he appears.
About this episode, Joe.
Yeah, this is 2 things.
Well, this continued from Rebellion when Trick Williams popped up and beat the shit out of Joe Hendry.
Yes, and he says this. Joe Hendry is back in front of the NXT universe, and what a journey it's been. I just wrestled Randy Orton at WrestleMania, which was 2 weeks ago. And less than 48 hours ago, I successfully defended my TNA World Championship in Rebellion. Never said Ethan Page's name. So that was kind of fucked up. Unfortunately, you know what happens next. Trick Williams attacked me when my back was turned. And I called you entitled, but I'm afraid it's so much worse than that because you used to be somebody that these people can get behind. You used to be somebody that can believe that in the locker room you were Mr. Let's talk about it. But the truth is, you can't stand the fact that you weren't talking about Trick Williams. They were talking about Joe Hendry. Little shot there. Trick, let me assure you, I am an entertainer, but I also have an antagonistic side. So I recognize what this is, and I will not fail for the deception. So I'm going to make it nice and easy, Trick. I'm going to say your name and make you appear. Trick Williams, get your ass out here right now. Darkseid enters the arena and ambushes Hendry. Darkseid hits the assisted pop-up powerbomb to close this segment. Cardi M, thoughts on the segments? Joe Hendry talking about Trick and Darkseid coming out instead of Trick.
So it's Darkseid and
Joe Hendry. Joe Hendry said his shit. He called out Trick Williams. Lights went dark. Darkseid came in, powerbombed him.
Well, Joe Hendry, welcome back to NXT. Yeah, I think I don't know. I mean, I don't know why they're targeting him, honestly. I don't know what Darkseid's goal is, unless they're just there to mess with shit. But we'll talk about that more later on as we get into the episode. You guys, what are your thoughts?
Do you want?
Oh,
all right.
Well, this is how I feel. I'm fucking tired of Darkseid already because they don't have no meaning of what they're doing. To me, it's like as many people that got their ass beat by Darkseid. You mean to tell me they ain't gonna come and try to want to fuck them up anyway? As many people Darkseid beat up in the background or anybody. They beat up damn near everybody. They didn't want to come out there and do nothing. What's the meaning of them, bro? They have no meaning. They don't have matches. And they just come and fucking interfere and fucking jump in matches. Yo, let me hear you put some stank on it.
Thank you, Dark State, for coming out and shutting Joe Hendry the fuck up and putting him in his place. Thank you. Yeah, they took Joe Hendry out and nobody appeared to help him. You know why? Because nobody gives a fuck about Joe Hendry.
But they never came out to help nobody.
Nobody wants him. Nobody wants him there. Nobody came out to help him. Why did nobody come out to help him? But when Dark State attacked other people, people came out to help. Joe Hendry got attacked. Nobody came out to help Joe Hendry. Know why? Because nobody wants him there. Go away.
Well, Javon Evans got his ass beat last week. Oh no, man, nobody came out.
Well, that's Javon Evans. That's another reason.
Oh man, here you go. Trick got his ass beat the week before that. Nobody come out there and help him.
That's Trick Williams too. What the fuck? He's
almost well, but almost well though.
Again, nobody. They're
They're
attacking guys that nobody's going to come and help. Why? Because they're either champions or they're number one or they're in the contention for championships or they're characters that people don't want to help because they want them to fuck out of the way so they can move up.
True.
I get that. I honestly don't see Dark State
attacking. If you look at the pattern, they're attacking people who are top stars in the company.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the pattern of who they attacked. They're attacking people that have established themselves in the company that are reputable in a way. So they're attacking those people or champions to get them out of the way. They're trying to move them out of the way.
True.
But for who and for what?
We don't know. Go on, Guardian.
Well, we know that Dark State started after Dion Lennox went from babyface to a heel, and that only happened because Trick Evans didn't want to. Trick Williams didn't want to respect him as a wrestler, and he was having, he was going through his own shit. So, excuse my language. But yeah, I don't know. I think that Dion Lennox is kind of the leader of Dark State, to be honest, and I think. I don't know. I think he has his own vendetta against Williams, but maybe it's also, like Joe said, they're going after all the powerful figures in NXT. Have they gone after Ricky Saints?
No.
Not yet.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet.
Or Ethan Page.
No, not them. Yeah, because like they just
Alexis King.
Yeah,
they haven't went after AEW guys yet.
No, that is true. Only NXT
maybe
guys.
They're only going after people that maybe they're trying to take out people that are going after the belt.
Yeah.
Still,
but then there's no purpose because if you're not going after the belt, why are you doing it?
Yeah.
Like that a boo boo kind of shit
know.
like that.
Yeah, we don't know.
They're trying to cause chaos. Is what the problem is. That's all they're trying to do is cause chaos in the realms.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get that.
Yeah.
Now, I got it right here. After that,
got comments.
welcomes.
Got a comment.
Hey, Oh, we got a comment? Oh, look at that. You know what? Usually we have a nice little chill day. Thank you. I don't think Dion is the leader. They seem to listen to Sugars, but I'm not sure. Sugars seems to be the leader. It ain't the white boy in the back. It ain't the big boy in the middle. Dion's the hothead.
Sugar is probably the one that talks the most.
Yeah, Sugar's more diabolical in the talking, and Dion's more literal.
Yeah, I mean, just because he's the face doesn't that mean he's the one calling the shots?
Yeah, big guy's the matter of fact, and the other guy's like, oh, whoever you are, Dark State, and then he goes back and like, all right, I don't like. And shout out to that comment. There is a leader. It's not him. It's not Sugar. It's somebody else. They're just being quiet about it.
I don't think
it's anybody we've seen.
Yeah. Go on,
and do y'all watch LFG?
No, we don't have any for free anyway.
Cutler, he got released from the thing saying he wasn't good enough, but he's still in fucking Dark State.
Okay.
Because they found potential. Remember, this is booked. This is recorded like months before.
And Mickey James, when Mickey James told old girl how she was dressed, But then at the same time, the week after that, she came looking all slutty and everything and did that sexual provocative thing. Like, God, like, what is wrong with you?
Same. Thank you, DT2. Sugar as well is really like just interesting. But that is true, D. Well, let's continue a little bit more about this. Ava welcomes Io Sky back, and Jordan Grace tells Io that she'll be her tag team partner. She'll do whatever it takes to get one step closer to the NXT Women's Championship. They shook the hand. She's like, "Ow, that's strong." So they high fived. After that, Carmen Petrovic tries to give Gigi Dolan and Tina Paxley some encouragement after suffering 2 losses with titles on the line. Last week, Ashanti the Adonis tells Carmen that she shouldn't be worried about these losers. The girl's like, "Loser, bitch." Woo, whatever. And then and then Carmen tells her, "Hey, they're not losers." All right, my bad, but kept going.
Yeah, I do like that Carmen was.
This.
I could see her.
Go ahead.
Go on.
No, I could see her pairing up with the two of them. And I like that. Yeah, and I like that she defended them. So
yeah, because like not losers. Oh my bad. Like you have a match. Okay, when's the match? Tonight. All right, tonight. Look, we got a title match, and they walked away. Now let's talk about that now, so I don't forget this.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're not gonna talk about the match. We're gonna talk about the whole type of thing.
They gave me Diddy vibes.
Yeah, not we can't not. Okay, oh my god, we can't keep using the Diddy vibes.
That's how it was. Bossy demanding.
No,
it was Bossy demanding. He told her to get over here. Hey, get over here and everything. All he needed is baby oil in his hand.
Okay, now here's the thing. Okay, all right. Another point. The point is that I think Joe is old enough to remember this. Now, Joe, and I'm gonna show this movie to Cardala when I get a chance. First off, D-Walk, you get this button.
This is the worst.
What, New Jack City?
No.
Oh,
damn, I lost what the movie was.
I thought he was coming off like Wesley Snipes from New Jack City. Like, bitch, get over here.
Man, what?
Nino Williams said, "Get the fuck over here, bitch."
Now I remember. No. Do you remember the Ike and Tina Turner movie?
Yeah, what's love got to do with it?
Yeah. Now this is that's why I knew Joe was gonna piss at this. I think they're recreating the Ike and Tina Turner movie.
Easter cake anime
in a compressed version, obviously.
Easter cake anime.
I was enjoying thinking of him more of Nino Brown from fucking New Jack City. It made me feel a little better.
No, because he said we are having a title match, and then Booker T and Vic Joseph asked Corey Graves, like, what's with the we? I'm like, no, it can be the royal we. We have it
that red. Yeah. With that red suit, he gave me Nino Williams vibes. That suit, like he was a drug dealer. He gave me drug dealer vibes.
Yeah, but the afro reminded me of Ike Turner when he was like crashed out. Ike Turner at the end of the movie, it was all afro.
Well, Ike was like drugged out and always beating on Tina.
Yeah, exactly. But at the end, he had an afro because he couldn't get his hair done. He was all sad. He's like, Tina, I'm sorry. You don't take me back. She's like, man, fuck you. Like, I'm not trying
Tina, I'm sorry, baby.
I'm sorry.
But I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that. It's just a reflex.
Hey,
I think that's what they're gonna do. Yeah.
You can't say that movie because in real life it was the other way around.
No, it was not.
Yeah, it was. Go and look it up.
Tina was not the girl, the guy that
Tina was beating up on Ike.
Just like Bobby. So what? You gonna say Whitney Houston was beating up on Bobby Brown too, motherfucker?
Whitney Houston introduced Bobby Brown to the coke.
No. Okay, hold up. No,
I'm telling
Bobby
you.
Brown and Bobby Brown introduced Whitney Houston to the fist.
I gotta press the button. God, hold up.
Oh my God.
This is like
oh my God.
It's the truth.
Bobby Brown introduced
it is not the
Whitney
truth.
Houston to the fist.
I know. First off, there's even deep stories with Amy Winehouse and Whitney Houston. We can get that out Saturday. That's even deeper than that shit. But the point is,
great. Fantastic.
we're getting. This is Saturday. We can get in so much trouble. We get our first strike.
We didn't bring up Kurt Cobain yet.
Not yet. Lexus King versus Ricky Saints, which I hate that stupid name. For the North American Championship. Ricky Saints came out, did his belt thing. Lexus King came out with the chair, and they had a interesting but very boring match. They in the crowd say Ricky Strokes, which was really fucking disgusting because some people are like, "That's fucking disgusting."
And then he like did it.
He did it too, which is really just ill. In the end, he did the Rochambeau. It was a good match. I give this rating like a C, whatever. But I just want. Yeah, go on.
They changed rules again. It wasn't no 2 out of 3. It was just one straight match, and it was over with.
It's an American belt. That's it. There's no
trophy.
There was no trophy. Noam Dar has a trophy.
It's no American.
Noam Dar's got the cup.
Yeah, Noam Dar. Yeah. All right, yeah. Disregard.
There's a backstage thing.
I'm happy Noam Dar came back though.
There was a backstage
segment. We'll talk about that later.
Metaphor.
Yeah. We'll talk about that segment later because that's a lot of seeds were dropped in this whole episode. Just small little seeds to grow for later. But that the rating of the match between Lexus and Ricky Saints.
I give it a C or neutral. Again, it was a decent match, but there wasn't anything like groundbreaking about it. It was just kind of a standard match from Ricky. Although I think it might have been him and one other person that we were saying is like upping their game, but I don't remember. Also, we were commenting on WrestleMania 2026. But anyway. Next.
That is true. That's coming later. Oh yeah, we did it. That's a good point. D-Walk rating, and after that question, do you think they're gonna give the belt to Ricky Saints in NXT WrestleMania weekend in 2026? They're gonna be in New Orleans. They don't have any other New Orleans wrestlers at the moment.
No. And I get his match a goddamn. I mean, the only reason I give it a D because they didn't make no storyline with it. It was just like, hey, you gonna wrestle right here. And it wasn't no straight like meaning to the match.
I mean, technically there was because last week he said I wanted the North American. He lost the belt.
Yeah, he lost the trophy.
He lost the trophy. Ricky Saints told him, "Look, I still honor the fight." And then Lexus King came out of nowhere and attacked him, which gives him motivation to fight Lexus King. But again, yeah, you're right. It was really like last week thrown together, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. They were just holding, like, this is the sad thing about this. Excuse me. I told Cardallo this. They was holding the cup for Noam Dar to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why they give the special rules to Lexus King. Who's like, look, you'll have this as long as Noam Dar came back. Oh, Noam Dar came back. Like, oh, shit. And then now he's just Lexus King all over again. The guy that comes in and acts all cocky, but always loses.
Mm-hmm.
Always fucking loses.
Noam Dar forever to be the Heritage Cup champion.
Yeah.
Stuck in limbo.
Let him keep it.
Hey, he the R-Truth of the Heritage Cup trophy.
Yeah, they know that shit. He's a good wrestler. He's very stable. As long as he doesn't break his body again, he can have the cup for at least another year.
I wish they let him do everything. I just wish
he'll never see the main roster.
No.
Yeah. No, of course not. Longer.
No, I would say there's two people that need like a little bit of a rebrand. It's Lexus King and Eddie Phillips. And if they could work that out, then the two of them could have their time.
And that's
right
really,
now it's just not working out.
And that's funny you said that because Lexus King that is his rebranding that he did. So you have to rebrand him again.
Well, they rebranded him from like what Chicken Shake Deal to
No. I meant like physically, he looked just like that except without the painted stuff and the mullet. He had long blonde hair. He had denim. He was he had the elbow pads. He was just a standard wrestler. That's all.
And Brian Pillman Jr.
Brian Pillman Jr. Thank you. When he went to NXT, they gave him the spray paint face. They gave him the mullet. They gave him the side things, and then they gave him the throw because he was just a normal wrestler.
I did like the little throne thing when he like rolls.
He slid it like so. Yeah, those little small things people like this. The ladies love the throw. After that, I have to say this because this is fucking ridiculous.
He comes off like Brett. He comes off like Brett Michaels.
Yeah.
Yeah, but oh god, sort of. Yeah. Speaking of Brett Michaels, Sean Spears says to the color there in the back, he has been falling short of expectations as of late. Brooke and Nico in the tag team, the Gauntlet. Is he getting you were fingertips away from the belt. I showed it. She was 2 inches away. So that's not fingertips away. You were doing this plus 2 inches. You weren't even near that shit. So sorry. No. By the way, DT2, if you're hearing this, what's your favorite match and moment for Stand and Deliver? So since you're there hanging out with us. It hurts to lose, but they can the failures define them, let those failures teach. If they fear failure, they'll simply putting limitations on their lives. This is NXT women's roster stacked. I'm going to ask a question for Joe after I finish this. So Spears needs Izzy to figure out a way to stand out from the pack. She needs to rip that spotlight from someone and put it out herself. Brooks and Nico will need to dig down deep to find out the cohesion they need to order to take down Hank and Tank. Spears wants the culling to rise up and seize control of NXT. Now, the women's division is stacked. Am I correct, Joe, in that?
Yep.
Okay. Now, technically, they said on Raw that Roxanne and Julia are still a part of NXT, so they're not even at the main roster yet. They're just being rented.
They were officially announced as main roster talent.
Yeah. And they also said in the commentary they are also a part of NXT.
You can't have it both ways. They're either NXT or their main roster.
That WWE is called transfer window, and in NXT they don't really give a shit about NXT people. They don't give a shit about the people. But they said it. I'm gonna find out on Friday or on Monday again. Well, I'll try to hear it again and see what happens. But what are your thoughts on all this happening? Like, first off, where is Izzy gonna go? Favorite match from Stand and Deliver, probably Ricky versus Ethan, the men's triple threat, and the women's ladder match. Okay. Now, and also DT2, since you're there, thank you for watching. Who deserves the North American and who deserves the NXT Championship DT2 right now? Since the women's division is stacked. I'm going to ask Joe this question, and I'm going to ask you this question, Cardi. Joe, since the women's division is stacked, do you even think, in a shadow of a doubt, Izzy Dame is ever going to get gold?
No.
So why do these fucking promos?
Mid-card.
Why do these promos? Exactly. Why do these promos then? That's the point I watched them. Like, why are you giving this girl any props when she is boring as fuck? You're only you're the white last legend. You're tall.
But they're doing the promos to try to build her up. Let her build her promos up. Let her build her wrestling skills up. They're trying to put her in the main picture, but she's not going to be in the main picture very long.
Yeah.
Good girl.
Thea Hate's probably going to be champ.
Yeah, they need to. Hey, I'm hoping Thea Hill don't go back to Chase University. She needs to be on her own. She needs to say she needs to say fuck Chase University and do her own thing. Because her by herself, she getting noticed more when she by herself and alone, and she got so much fucking potential.
That's why I call her uncrowned champ, because she's gonna be a champion. But Cardi M, say what you gotta say.
No, yes, I think that Thea Hill should be an independent, like solo wrestler in NXT, and eventually she is going to take one of the belts. For the Izzy Dame and like culling, it's it's a really common trope that one of like the bad guys is trying to go for steal the spotlight in some way. So that's basically what he told her to do. Steal spotlight from somebody else.
Yeah.
So she's gonna try to do that. Whether it's a North American belt with Sol Ruga, or if she tries to go after Stephanie Bakir, that could be interesting.
Problem.
But I mean,
she won't win it at all
unless they cheat or something.
The culling dress up as women and then jump the ring and try to beat her ass. That might be something. But that's the only reason I can think of. No one's gonna help.
There's no other women in the culling, so.
That's it.
Or Julia can cost Stephanie the match.
If she would have bothered Julia, she would have done it by now. She didn't bother Julia on Tuesday, not once. Like she was there.
I still don't get why they pairing Julia with Roxanne Perez. That's dumb.
I don't mind it.
Okay.
If you saw if you saw what she said, Julia said, "I understand what you were saying when you said what you said when I was champion." She said, "I have an understanding of what you meant."
To Roxanne.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a backstage segment on NXT.
Now, by the way, DT2, we'll talk about the Children of the Beast later on. Speaking of the North American and NXT, but I'd ask Cardi M, like, would you like
I agree. Javon will be a champion.
And we'll talk about the Children of the Beast later. But here we go. And I love that name, by the way. It's just so simple as fuck, and it's just so like evil as well.
Yeah.
I think they make a movie.
The D-Walk, they're talking about Javon Evans being a champion again.
Hell, I'm about to
look at the comment section. Listen to Alex. They're talking about Javon Evans being champion again.
Look, don't mention, if y'all mention Javon Evans right now, Hank and Stank, I'm crashing out. I'm finna throw y'all finna see me go live.
DT2, this is a safe space. You can put wherever you want. And anyone else?
No. He put whatever you want. But if it happened, I'm crashing out. Just letting y'all know that.
That's the point. Yeah, this is the point that I have to show these guys.
We'll see what happens when we get there.
It's like they wake up and like they went to sleep in Detroit. Like for D-Walk, they went to sleep in Detroit and they wake up in Florida, and then someone next to them says, "Hey, by the way, you're in Florida. Let me just explain what's happening right now. This is the new era of the world. You can't really change anything about it. Hank and Tank and Javon Evans are champion." And they're killing
we could change things.
They don't like it. They don't like it. Things change.
Hey, let me take my blood pressure. Let me take my blood pressure pills right now.
You could always go
DTM
post.
DTM said why we don't like Hank met Javon. They fucked up. They fucked up on him. He's supposed to be hurt. He got to pick up weight. Javon Evans need to pick up weight. Period.
Yeah.
Before you try to fucking wrestle over Femi and Trick Williams, they could have wrote him off for a while, let him pick up a little weight. They fucked him over. Like in real life, you supposed to be done. Like your shit is done. Your shit rocked, shattered, done.
Javon comes off like a recovering crackhead.
Now again,
okay. Have you? Okay, now like Joe said, he come off as a recovering crackhead. How many crackheads you know that got knocked down and stayed down? Crackheads always get back up. I'm just saying.
We are a wrestling podcast, not a roast podcast, but even though it bleeds into Saturdays.
I'm just saying.
I know. But
I know. I make the rules now.
No, do not make the rules.
Listen, no more talking about Javon Evans bulking up. Okay, that's the rule.
Yes, I guess.
Gain weight then.
Okay,
stop being scrawny.
I was trying to say, Mia Kandala and others do like Javon as a quick high flyer, whatever. That's for me. If you can't bulk up in a year and find a way to take the belt, first off.
Yeah, I say give him a year. Like we'll be in a totally different place.
No, I hate to say this.
He's been in NXT for over a year.
Hey, Ray had to bulk up,
and he ain't gained 1 pound. He's still the
Ray
same.
Mysterio had to bulk up.
Okay, again, I say this again. Go back to older NXTs. Sorry, and then come back to now. He has bulked up. Yes, even if he just looked like a 6-month difference, he has bulked up.
Okay, now what I'm trying to say before everyone jumps in, we can have a damn show. The fact is this: whether we like Javon Evans or not, he's going to be a champion. And Hank and Tank, they gave them the fucking ball, and Fraxium has not asked for a rematch. Therefore, the cancer is gone. The cancer's in Raw now. So Hank and Tank
is the cancer.
Yes.
Comment.
I got it.
Yeah.
Hold up. They're only solo wrestlers in real life wouldn't stand a chance either, so that argument isn't valid. That's true. And
when you're 6'2" and 170,
why is everybody only
that's
getting
a
the
problem.
attention? Yes. Evans is so charismatic. I love him. He's fantastic to me. And everyone can love their favorite wrestler. And some people hate it.
Everybody can like what they like. I'm just saying that I'm stating it from a business standpoint. If I'm a promoter and I'm promoting NXT, I'm pulling Javon to the side and say, "Hey, kid, you're great. You're doing a good job. I need you to gain some weight. I need you to put on like 35, 40 pounds, and I need you to work I need you to have this energy and this level of speed and stuff after you put that weight on.
In that case, Zach Gallen would have been a champion, but Rey Mysterio had to pick up weight in order for him to be a champion.
Rey Mysterio did put on weight. He's 225 pounds.
Yeah, and
He's
when Rey
came, 5'4".
When Rey came to WWE, he was what, 100 and some pounds, 170,
3 inches away from being a little person.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
Legally,
that's all I'm saying. I like Javon Evans. I like Javon Evans. I wish they would have built a better storyline for him. Like they should have wrote him off when Ethan Page stepped on his shit with the chair. They should have wrote him off instead of having him keep coming back, and he's still getting punched in his shit, and he was still there. Like how you wrestling with a broken jaw and you get punched in your shit like fucking every week.
So they're billing Rey Mysterio now as 175.
What did he take? I'm just saying, what is he taking? A sensu bean or something?
Build weight.
Let me know something.
All right, guys. Cardium, go.
Okay. Save this for Saturday, guys. This is NXT.
Okay.
All right. So, all right. So to close out the conversation with Izzy and Spears, to quote Spears, he says the NXT women's roster is deep and rich with talent, which is very true. And she needs to find a way to stand out. She needs to steal the spotlight. And then he also said that Brooks and Nico need to dig down deep to find the cohesion they need in order to take down Hank.
Yes.
So obviously, like we predicted, Spears wants to take over NXT, and he's trying to be all evil mastermind about it. Next was Tony D'Angelo, and Stacks betraying him. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
Segment was good. It needed a little more, though. I would have liked to see them have the family show up with Stacks and showing that they're siding with Stacks, so that the Don can know that he's truly alone.
Yeah, they need to me. It need to be a better explanation on why we've been waiting too long. Why did he do that? There got to be a reason. We want to know what reason.
Thank you, Cardella, for the chocolate break you gave me. This is what I gotta say about this. I love the acting that this was pre-recorded, so he acted all happy. Then he waited for the guards to come in, and then they told him, "Okay, act sad. You lost your guards." So he's all pissed off. He's like, and they're talking back and forth, even though it was all pre-recorded. I do also like that the Don, you brought 4 wise guys to protect you. Yeah, they did nothing. They just saw you get your ass beat by 4 random guys, and you defended yourself. Sure. Why are we gonna see this for Battlegrounds? Why do we need to see? You can't see it. Yeah. Why do we need to see this for Battlegrounds?
You don't.
Like I this could be a main event match on a regular NXT, like just a sleeper.
They're
match.
gonna write. They're using it for Battleground to take up space and to write the Don off to the main roster.
I mean, here's the thing, though. Okay, I mean, it might be that, and if the Don's going up to the NXT going up to the main roster by himself as just the Don, that's gonna be weird.
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna be really weird.
I think they're doing a rebrand.
Why? He's the Don.
The Don giving me big Vito vibes.
Yeah.
But he's gonna bring it. But he's gonna bring in. He'll bring in new family members.
No, well, yeah, but thank you for this, DD2. Doing to come with a new gimmick. That's what I was thinking. So,
yeah.
Same
with
yeah.
What's gonna be his new gimmick? What's gonna be his new gimmick? He working for the feds next?
Thank you.
What are they gonna do? What are they gonna do? They better not do like they did with Karrion Kross when they fucking moved him up from NXT and rebranded him, and they put him in the Roman Gladiator shit.
Now
they better not. Hey, they better not put him in a dress like they did Big Vito.
Yeah.
No, I think if they break up family, and the Don leaves NXT, then there's no point in him still being the Don. Also, Luca Crucifino theoretically got like killed off, so he's not going to be like Crucifino anymore if he goes off to the main roster.
It'll be Crucifino and evolve. It'll just stay Crucifino because again, I'm hoping they thought about. Hey, by the way, we're gonna kill off Crucifino in NXT. You guys gonna know that too. Yeah, put him in Evolve. Yeah, put him in Evolve for a couple weeks, for a couple months. But with this, I think they don't have to rebrand him. Sorry, they don't have to rebrand him.
No,
they can do the fact that like what happened yesterday. He just has 4 wide guys behind him the whole time. Like just 4 random old guys.
That part was confusing because I'm like, were those Stacks guys or D'Angelo's?
D'Angelo's guys.
Okay.
The Stacks guys are the young
guys came out and attacked.
Yeah. So you can have just 4 wide guys behind him at all times. He's the Don. No one can go up to him. They don't have to be wrestlers. It's got to be old guys that you can rent in every city that you go to. That's nothing.
If this is a real mafia movie, Stacks would have been hacked because you betrayed a Don like that. You'd have been hacked. You'd have been somebody. So to me, what made me mad about that is if he would have joined Dark State, that would have been different. But he didn't even join Dark State. He just did it. So where's y'all going with this?
Something tells me that Rizzo is going to join up with Stacks if she hasn't already.
And Luca.
I think that the Don is like truly on his own, and like the family is either not like broken up or that they all just decided to follow Stacks.
But see, that's where it comes to kicks in with it being ungrateful because the Don looked out for all of them. I mean, like that's where greed kick in at to me.
But I don't think it's greed. I think now that I'm thinking about it, I think it's the Spears and the Cullings plan working because he wanted to take down all the other powerful groups, and like we'll talk about some other groups soon, but the family's essentially broken up, or like Stacks decided to betray their leader. So
and that was just weird as it is because the part I want to say this, Jay Lorenzo said this, you aren't capable of leading us anymore. And let's be honest, T, you weren't going to leave the family anyway, so you left it to me. I had to take the reins myself and put you in your place. I know you. I'm better than anyone, and you're shaking. It says shacking here. Your underboss and best friend gone, well, I guess means himself. Luca gone, and then you send Rizzo into hiding. You're using more power every day. You're probably thinking to yourself, who's next? Can I even trust my own family? That's when he starts looking around the back, like wise guys, like, hey, we got nothing to do with this. So D'Angelo, whoop, that's what happened, Mr. Kitty. So D'Angelo, Dax, you want the big seat? You want to be the Don? Well, you're gonna have to bring your ass down here and take it yourself. And then that's with the scowl. I'm not happy with this segment because again, if the Don leaves and then Stacks takes over, he probably gets Luca out of the trunk of the car in the desert to save him. And I think if they have a match in Battleground, Rizzo's gonna come out, betray the Don, the Stack with Stacks because he's like, it's because her reason is like you left me in a safe house for a month.
Yeah.
By myself.
And she wants to fight. Like she doesn't want to just be hiding out.
Yeah.
I think Stacks would have gotten her.
And Stacks
but have they won titles? Besides the Don, have any other them have won titles?
Tag titles.
Tag titles.
Stacks and the Don won the tag titles.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so Stacks and the Don. So and the Don, he won the he won the North American title.
North American. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
and the cup, the Heritage Cup too.
Yeah. So to me, the Don should be still the Don. I mean, like all I can see is jealousy. That's the only thing I can see because the Don still did more than any of them to do. I'm just saying that's me.
I don't feel that. I feel like Stacks feels like he's had to lead the family in Tony's absence because Tony's been absent a lot in the past 6 months. If you look at it, he's been out a lot. The whole Oba thing he was out for a while, scared, had to find himself. Stacks had to run the family. The whole thing with Dark State, Stacks had to run it. The whole thing with this other thing, like it's always going back to Stacks. T's hurt. T's not here. We got to do something about this.
But they helped him the last time they beat Obafemi, though. They pumped him up and they helped him.
Yeah, they helped him.
Yeah.
But what did Tony D'Angelo do for the rest of the family? Did he get them title shots? No.
Nope.
Did he help them get championships? No.
Nope.
They're always helping him get titles. Where is his help?
Well, maybe if they know how to win, then they wouldn't be having that issue.
Yeah, but if you're a family, you're supposed to take care of each other.
Yeah, no, I mean, I
To a
think
certain
no
extent.
spotlight as much as him, and Rizzo deserves to be in the spotlight.
Yeah, we gotta wait a month until Battlegrounds and she pops out because she ain't coming out no more.
I mean, to a certain extent, though, because to a certain extent, you shouldn't have to need help every time or a lot. You should be able to, if you was that good, man, like if you good how you say you is, you should be able to go and do shit your own self and handle your own shit. A group don't rely on one person. A group rely on everybody.
But the Don has needed help with every championship he's won. Go look back.
But has that been because he's trying to fight fair and the people he's fighting are playing dirty, so his crew feels the need to fight dirty?
Oba wasn't fighting. Oba wasn't fighting dirty, and he did it twice against Oba.
That's true.
Okay, vague memory of that, but I distinctly remember
Heritage Cup.
Okay, also vague memory of that, but I distinctly remember Stacks trying to pass the Don a crowbar like during one of the Iron matches or like the cage matches.
Yeah, he said.
And I think that's the moment that like Stacks kind of felt like the Don wasn't going to do what was necessary to win because the Don wants to fight fair.
Yeah, but that's not how you. But you're a mafia guy. Like you're a boss. You're a Don. You do whatever you got to do to survive. You do whatever you got to do to win and to succeed and to make sure your family eats. Whatever you got to do. If you got to use a crowbar, whatever, shoot a guy, stab a guy, whatever. You do whatever you got to do to win.
But also at the same time, you also got to show you a leader. I don't need y'all to help me out to do nothing. Like I could do it. Like okay, so like I'm saying,
but D-Walk, anytime he did that, he lost.
Yeah, I understand it. But he's not a Don. He's not the Don.
Exactly.
He's not a Don. Because
he's not doing what's necessary for the family to eat.
Mm-hmm.
That's why Stack said he had to go.
Back to why we talked about it.
So, like, pretty much it's like, you remember that movie Bugsy? He couldn't cut it. He fucked up, so they hacked him.
Yep. Exactly what's going to happen here.
Speaking of cutting up, Noam Dar, after that happened, Noam Dar had a reunion backstage.
Here we go.
With Metaphor Last Legends said that they need to talk. A lot has changed. Thank you. Since Noam got injured, honestly, Aura has been has always been Noam's main man. Les says it's time for Aura to be his own main man. In Evolve, Lash says it's time to do her own thing as well. Jakara, you've been killing it, so you should do your own thing as well. And then they do the whole 5, 6, 7, 8 for the last time. They all go their separate ways. Noam Dar says, well, it's just you and me again, hugging the cup. What are your thoughts on the fact that, and by the way, it was Lash's idea because Jakara didn't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. And Aura, like the way all of them kind of like, huh? It's like, okay. So, what are your thoughts on that, Cardi? We'll get some
my thoughts. Okay.
Go for it, Cardi.
My thoughts on
Metaphor breaking up for good.
I felt like it was best for them to go their separate ways amicably, and it made sense, honestly, given that all four of them, like, they already were kind of going their own direction. Like, Noam just came back and got the Heritage Cup, so he's going that. Jakara and Lash, like, yes, they're a solid tag team, and, you know, I prefer that they go their separate ways amicably versus being, you know, finding some reason to start fighting. Because like they have potential in the future, but yeah, they need their own time to shine. So I'm here for it. I kind of saw it coming once Gnome came back because it's just like they're not really a group anymore, you know?
Yeah.
So what do you guys think about? Go ahead.
So do y'all feel if they never would have fucking unified the fucking NXT and women's title, Jakara Jackson and Lash Legend would have been NXT women tag team champions?
Yes.
Yeah,
dumbest fucking idea ever.
They still can be champs.
Not now, though. Because when they break up, it's just different type of champ.
Yeah, but let them like do their own thing and fight for the belts individually.
They already fucked them over. They tried to go for every title. TNA, they fucked them over. They could have been multi-champs.
No, but they haven't. I don't think they really tried to go for the belts individually like that. Like now, for example, Lash could go after Zarya because she wants to fight. She wants to. Well, for one thing, I'd love to see Lash, but also she wants to get the belt from Haruka. So, and Jakara, like, she could go whatever direction she wants to go. Honestly, I mean, she could go after Stephanie if she wanted to.
Yeah,
but
I'm just saying the dumbest thing they ever did was unify the belts.
Unify the belt.
Yeah. Okay. Does Joe say anything?
I don't know. Joe?
Oh, Joe did. Right.
I think he on the phone.
Okay. There we go. Got some comments here.
Yeah.
Tag sense. The best tag team NXT.
Yeah.
Most over and likable, etc. So they ununified the belts. That's true. Yeah.
That's true.
After all that's happening, I didn't like that all broke up. Or Memphis stuck in the ball forever. And Jakara can go after the Speed Championship or the North American. I don't see her going after the main.
So, question.
Yeah.
Who do y'all think seeing being released? I mean, because apparently, like, they doing the weakest link out of groups and everything and then let them go. So, I mean, like, they gonna let go of somebody out this group.
I think none, because they're just doing this because they don't have a lot of men in the division, and as a group, they're just wasting time. Jakara, as a woman, she can go stay in NXT or go up to Raw and SmackDown and kind of make herself known there as well.
All I know is this: if they put Nikita Lyons over Lash Legend, that's gonna be some bullshit.
Well, they put Izzy Dame over Lash Legend to be some bullshit, but that's the way it's life.
Because Lash Legend, she should be past motherfucking goddamn Jada Parker. She should be past. She should be. Okay, I'm gonna say it like this: it should be Thea Hill, Lash Legend, and who else? That's only two things I could think of. That's world champion material.
I could see Jada and Lash going at it. I think that would be a good match. Thea Hale, she kind of has to work her way up the ladder a little bit, which is why they're going to have her fight a bunch of different people and, maybe eventually go after a Souls belt. But I think it'll be a while before she goes after the main roster belt.
Jada Parker don't need to go for the world title belt no more until she changed her goddamn fucking move.
I said
it in
the group on Facebook. I say it here on TV and live on YouTube. Jada Parker is the Tyler Breeze of the NXT 2025. Whether you like it or not, you are always going to the dance, but you ain't never getting the guy at prom night. Sorry, bro. I'm so sorry for that, but that's just Lash could be in the future. She could be booked like a badass. Now, let's continue on a little bit after this. We have after that, we have
Ruka.
Versus Petrovic. Zarya, they're back. They're ringside. I love that Zarya. Once Ruka gave the belt off, Zarya grabbed the belt, looked at it very inside, slowly went to the corner of the ring, slowly left it there, even when the match was starting, and then turned around to your partner. So she is obsessed with that belt right now. I love that. Little things later too. It wasn't really a long match. It's like maybe a 3-4. Like it went to commercial once.
Thank you. Thanks for watching and commenting. We appreciate you.
Thank you, DT.
Thank you, DT.
DT2, thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It didn't last that long. A couple reverses, a couple kicks. There was one point where me and Cardella were debating about this. Where she did a backflip off the turnbuckle, and then Petrovic sort of kicked her but didn't touch her. Her hand went up and kicked the hand, and then she acted woozy and fell down. Then Petrovic, being a smart wrestler, instead of trying to pin, you're supposed to like extend it a little bit more, so she's like ground and pounder. Yeah. And she tried again, and then basically it's soul snatcher for the 1, 2, 3. And this soul snatcher was great because when she was upside down, she saw that Petrovic her head wasn't close enough, so she pulled her in between her left armpit and left it right there, so she can like swim back to shore. So that's pretty cool. That's something I can think of. But either way, all right. What else? Oh yeah, soul snatcher for the 1, 2, 3. After the match, she gets the belt, gives it to Soruka. Soruka raises it high, and she keeps it. So, D-Walk, your thoughts on the match, and now the seeds of Zarya being just ever so.
Yeah, we see the seeds. We see the seeds of Zarya. Like I said, to me once again, what was the whole point of putting them as a tag team if they could go do some shit like this? They ain't won no titles. They really didn't have no tag team matches. So what was the whole fucking point about doing a promo with them, doing everything together? Basically, they should have had one person, one face, one heel, and they should have went at it. They should have let them go at it because that'd have been a good match. Zarya versus Soruka, that'd have been dope. This Petrovic match, I really didn't care about it because, like, it was just like, hey, go have fun. It was like throwing kids outside after they get out of school. Go out and have fun. That's basically how it was.
Yeah, that's the weird thing about life.
Well, let's not forget that this match only happened because Ashanti volunteered Carmen to go for the belt.
But what is a man a man should be involved in no kind of women activity at all. So for him to go and speak up for her like that, it should have been invalid. Like, dog, worry about your own shit. You gonna worry about your own matches. You can't even win matches. Why is you trying to help her and you can't even fucking win a match? Like,
he wants a girl with a belt on her waist.
But who want a dude that can't even win a match and he done got his ass beat in front of her? Like, who want to do like that? No.
Oh. Well, so what happened at the end of the match, babe?
Soul snatcher for the 1, 2, 3.
And then what happened when they tried to walk away?
When they were walking away, it was Petrovic and Shanti. So they're walking away and they look behind them, and then they see Petrovic in the ring middle, and Shanti's talking to her, and then he's trying to grab her hand, say, "Hey, come here, talk to me, baby." She turns around again, he grabs her hand a little bit more aggressively and says, "Hey, talk to me. I want to talk to you." And she just kicks her in the side of the head. He's like, "Oh, like what the fuck?" Look like all glazed look, and then she just left.
Yeah, basically, she got fed up with Ashanti, so that's that.
Ashanti giving me a man without a job vibes. A man without a job vibes. She going to work and everything, and he not doing nothing. That's kind of vibe you give him.
Rating of the match sorry.
This was a good match. I agree that Soul Snatcher was pretty unique and the whole plot was pretty on point. So I give this match somewhere between a B+ and an A.
Okay. I respect that. I give this match, it was like a C. It was an okay match. Frederick felt like she was off again. The storyline is getting recycled and doing it all over again. And I don't like that if they go the fact and the path of, okay, we're going, I could see the turn to what?
Yeah. Sorry. If it weren't for Soruka and a Soul Snatcher, I would have get his match 2 pillows and a blanket. But I at least got to give it like a D.
Okay. Just weren't into it. All right.
Yeah, Joe gives it an NA, so I can respect that. Love you, Joe. After that, Roxanne Perez admits to Julia that she first attacked in NXT, especially when she took everything away from her NXT, the belt, and all her famousness. Trick Williams, Josh Brolin comes out, words the hammock. I move. Yes, this is gonna be
okay. Yeah, let me just. Okay, I'm checking over. Where are we? This is Trick Williams.
Yes, the Ava segment.
All right, so Trick Williams, long story short, is playing the cocky heel. He called out Joe Hendry, and called out the fact that Dark State went after him as soon as he got there. Yeah, I mean, okay. So, yeah, some people are saying Trick Williams crashed out, but let's see. He wants to go after Joe. He wants to go after Joe Hendry. He wants to fight him at the TNA Rebellion, and that's going to happen. More of him monologuing. He talks about being on All American.
Yes, he's going to be the athletic director.
Yeah. And I did like Joe Hendry's shirt. It was WrestleMania 2025. Say his name when he appears. But the highlight of the show, Trick is monologuing, and Ava comes out and says, "Trick, you just don't get it. Last week I had to take you out of the arena because you wrecked the place, destroyed a bunch of stuff, and it wasn't enough. And then you went and attacked Joe Hendry at TNA. And this is where Trick Williams says, no, I'm Trick Williams. I'm above NXT. I don't need you anymore. So I'm going to be in TNA too. I'm going after Joe Hendry." And then Ava says, all right, well, you know what? If that's how you're going to be, then if you really want the NXT belt back from Oba, then you can join the 25-man Battle Royale that's happening at Battleground. And everybody's going to – basically the number one contender is going to face Obafemi at Battleground. Yes. And, yeah. What do you guys think about this one?
I thought it was interesting, but at the same time, I don't see Trick Williams beating Joe Hendry.
Yeah. I mean, not for the TNA belt. That would be kind of nuts.
I mean, because in that case, if they wanted to have that happen, they might as well start if they start the invasion angle, then they'd be able to fucking swap titles across TV shows. But we haven't seen no introduction or none of that.
Mm-hmm. We don't need to be crossing titles that much. But to close this one, they're doing an interview backstage with Obafemi, and Oba says that Trick is being a crybaby, and if he can survive the Battle Royale, I'll see him at Battleground. What Trick doesn't know is, doesn't matter if Oba faces him one time or a million times, the Battleground, the NXT title will stay on the shoulders of Obafemi. But then the Undertaker comes out, and he says that NXT is Oba's yard for now. Like, he gives him his flowers, but he said it's for now because he has some guys from LFG that are coming in. And here we meet the Children of the Beast. It's Shiloh, Hill, Jackson, Troy, and Anthony Luke.
Oba gonna fuck all of them up. Undertaker shouldn't have said that. Oba gonna fuck all of them up.
Now
they're not ready for Oba.
No, Solo, I would say 2 out of 3 would be a stalemate. Third, the guy in the middle, he loses. But Shiloh by himself, stalemate, no contest. And Jasper Troy, maybe he would win by barely in the skin of his teeth. But other than that, yeah, stalemate for solid. But even then, I'm like, all right, this is what's happening.
Yeah, ain't nobody fuck with. Nobody's out here touching Oba. Like me and Joe talked about, Oba gonna have to. Hey, this getting boring to me now. I'm gonna find a new challenge and everything. I release the belt. That's the only way I can see Oba let go of the belt. Cause ain't nobody ready for Oba. Oba's something different. Like I said,
Yeah.
my bad. But the only times he lost is when people had to come in and interfere and help. He never lost fair and square.
Well, one thing Alex has pointed out is he hasn't really had a one-on-one match in a while, so that could be what breaks the hold against him. But I don't know. I think for somebody to take the belt from Obafemi, it's going to have to be an upset or just something out of the blue that happens.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to be hard for somebody to overpower Obafemi.
It's going to be real hard for somebody to fight over one-on-one and win.
Yeah, but I think that Trick is past going for the belt, though. Honestly, but he doesn't need to be the NXT champion.
Trick about to get lost in the sauce with Roxanne Perez. Once they move to the main roster, they finna get lost in the sauce. Look what they're doing to Carmelo. Get lost in the sauce.
Yeah, to be fair, I don't even see Carmelo fight. So, but I hope Trick doesn't get lost in the sauce in the main roster. But I don't think he needs to be in NXT anymore. I think he overpowers everybody except for Ova, basically. So they're just kind of the last boss fight before Trick or Ova leaves. But Ova still has some time before he moves up to the main roster. But yeah, I think Trick could go anywhere, honestly. He's just doing the cocky heel, and like I said, Ova is hard to defeat him. But what's nice?
But it benefit to me if they got Trick and Carmelo back together and made them a tag team. They could be multi-tag team champion, but if they go to the main roster, I don't see them winning world titles like they is in NXT.
I could see that. That's true.
All right, let's get to the nitty gritty. After all the thing with Trick and Ava, we get to the next match: Hank and Tank versus Josh Briggs and Amora. This is a good fucking match. Kind of short, little botchy at certain points. I don't even reckon read the instructions, but jumping the ropes. But they did a beautiful frog splash, and then at the end, once they did that frog splash, Briggs went to the top turnbuckle and started celebrating, not knowing that by the time he knows it was too late. Then they got built over there. They got some babies over there. Then in Florida, obviously, we know the story of the Bella Academy. Sorry, I'm ranting, ladies and gentlemen. This is a good match. I rate this match a Cardi M.
This was a pretty good match. Yeah, I give it an A.
Okay.
It was a solid match. I think the plot was kind of predictable that, all right, at this point, they're not going to give Briggs and Amora the belt, but they could have. But it's over now. And Dio, you got a question in the comics. Do you think that Carmelo should have been champ by now?
Yes.
Yes, he should have beat LA at Survivor Series, but they didn't do that. So
yes, but I don't know why they're not pushing Carmelo Hayes. Carmelo Hayes, he got the mic skills, he got the promo, he got all that. He got more than what a lot of wrestlers in the mid-card mid-card roster. I mean, I don't know what he did or who he pissed off, but Carmelo Anthony should have been. I like Carmelo. Carmelo was killing it in NXT. So now he goes to the main roster and it's like he the Brooklyn Brawler now.
Yeah, I never see him. So, all right. What was next after that? So that was the Hank and Tank match where they defeated their opponents. And who's next after that?
I get that match a pillow and a blanket.
Understandable. Joe's NA. All right, so after that match, No Quarter Catch crew comes out, and they Miles Bourne starts telling the rest of the crew. Basically, they're all talking about going for their own shot at the belt and showing off. Charlie Dempsey is nowhere to be found. Ren Sinclair says some really mysterious line about Charlie Dempsey being hard to understand, and it was just hard to understand. And then, they all walk away determined to go for the belt, basically. And then Chase University's back. There was a pretty funny segment where Chase's like 2 sidekicks walked into class late, basically, and some guy called them out and was like, "You were supposed to be here at 9 a.m." And then Chase was, basically like, "Oh, your questions, F your questions," which we're gonna get a clip of that one. But yeah, Hank and Tank and Joe Hendry, they end up teaming up. Kehlani Jordan tries to, this part. Let's talk about this part. I'm excited for this. Kehlani Jordan tries to go after Sol Ruca for the belt because she's being really passive aggressive lately. And she says she wants to go after the belt next week. Ruca says that that's fine. You can come after me if you want the belt. And then Zarya steps in and says, "Nuh-uh, you're not fighting her next week. If you want to fight for the belt, you got to go through me." And what do you think about that, D-Walk?
I liked it. I mean, like I said, Julia, like she way over Kalani Jordan, way over her head. Fuck with Julia.
She's just been like spiraling. Go ahead.
Yeah, but like I said, Kalani, like she trying to jump in the main card and jump over Julia. That's not gonna happen.
Yeah. No, I like this concept that anybody who's going to go through the North American belt automatically has to go to through Zarya first, because ultimately she believes that she should be the number 1 contender for the belt, but she respects that Sol Ruca earned it through hard work.
I just don't like how watered down they made Zarya from her debut to now. She like fucking Kane after he started talking and saying "suck it." That's how she give me vibes.
Yeah, I do agree that her and Sol Ruca are kind of sort of an interesting combo. Like you got the surfer and then like the post-apocalyptic badass.
You got the yin and yang.
It's sort of kind of working. And also, can we? Sol Ruca had a match, didn't she? She had a match with Carmen. Can we talk about the moment where like Sol kind of falls into Zarya and they like check each other to see if they're okay, and Zarya does a little tap before Sol goes back in the ring.
Okay, girl.
That was okay.
That was kind of weird.
I was like, okay, all right. I know I was getting a vibe there, but Zarya's run has been underwhelming. Hopefully she gets more momentum. I agree. And again, that's why her and Lash, I would love to see that match. Like put the heavyweight women champions contenders up against each other and let us see them fight. That's why I think that's why they're dissolving the groups, because we see more individuals shine.
They need a feeder system. They need to put more people except for the same 3 people over and over again. After that.
So I think after that it's the women's tag team match, which was Io, Jordan Grace versus Roxanne and Julia.
There you go. Let's get it. Well, let's get to the ending, which is fine.
Yeah, I mean,
I remember exactly what happened.
Well, no, D-Walk, what were your thoughts on this match overall?
I like this match. This is the best match. This is the best match of the night.
Yeah.
Man, like I said, one of the reasons I love seeing Io Sky wrestle. Like, once she get turned up, she turned the fuck up. I like Io Sky. And watching her wrestle is like, it's dope.
Yeah. Well, here, just real quick, I'll give the play-by-play of the match.
Hey, you doing a great job doing this shit, too.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate that. Io Sky and Roxanne start things off. Perez is being typical sneaky Roxanne Perez and playing mind games with Io Sky. Grace stops Perez in her tracks. Grace clotheslines Julia. Grace ducks a clothesline from Perez, etc., etc. Sky with the straight right hand. Yeah, they're just going back and forth. Grace rolls Perez back into the ring. Perez begs for mercy. Typical. Perez avoids the roundhouse kick. Sky with the running shoulder block. Sky swoops out the legs of Perez. Sky repeatedly stomps on Perez's chest. Sky with a delayed double knee strike. These are just hardcore moves. Yeah, and then Sky goes after Julia. Perez attacks Sky from behind. Double Irish whip. Sky avoids the double clothesline. So, yeah. Okay. Sky with the double drop kick. Sky tags in Grace. They're kind of going back and forth here. We see Roxanne go for an awesome Russian leg sweep at one point. And yeah, Julia and Grace are going back and forth. Okay, so let's skip forward to the end here.
Mm-hmm.
This is a good long match. Okay. I will say there, for context, I believe sometime after this match, Roxanne took Julia out to Waffle House for the first time. And when I watched this match, I said, no wonder she took her out. Like, Julia got her ass kicked in this match, so she deserved it. And Roxanne did a lot of running and hiding, and Julia did a lot of getting her ass kicked. But they almost overtook Io Sky just from, for some reason, Julia and Jordan Grace were just like going at it out the ring and completely disappeared from the match. They just rolled out the ring, started fighting, disappeared. And then it was just Roxanne and Io Sky, and obviously Io Sky took the win, took the pin.
But this is what happened at the end. Remember this.
Pop Rocks attempted.
Exactly. Roxanne goes for a Pop Rocks, gets countered, but gets countered in the fact that Io does a backflip and then does a kick to the side of the face, stomps on her stomach, top rope, moon over the moon. 1, 2, 3. Io's the champion. Roxanne's pissed. Julia and Jordan are gone. You win the show like that. D-Walk. First off, Cardi M, rating of the match and first time play-by-play. That was
that's dope. Yeah.
Muy caliente. Here you go.
Thank you. Rating of the match, I thought it was an awesome match. I thought it was dynamic. There wasn't anything wrong with it. I give it an A+.
Yes.
D-Walk.
Oh, this is all I'm gonna say. Once Asuka, if she come back, the women's division gonna be fucked because Asuka could go with fucking Julia. Asuka could go with fucking whatchamacallit, Jordan Grace, and she could go with Stephanie Van Kier. Asuka come back, she fucking going off on everybody. But I like the match though. I have to give it an A. But I'm waiting on Asuka to come back so she can fuck up some shit.
You did. I missed Asuka too.
Oh, thanks, guys.
Here you go. You did awesome, Cardi. Yeah, all of the support. DT2, you're a great person. You might become moderator for the show. For me, I give this match a B+. The ending between Io and Roxanne was pretty cool. Jordan and Julia are having a match by themselves for the future, which, again, they said at the end, Stephanie's like, I know what you're going to fucking say. Because they were talking to Ava. Ava's like, look, we need to find you an opponent for Battlegrounds. And Stephanie's like, she was about to say something. And Ava's like, no, wait, before you say what I think you're going to say, look, Julia and Jordan are going to fight. Whoever wins there fights you. Okay? Are we good? Bye. Get the fuck out. Don't be changing minds.
Yeah.
So it's going to be Stephanie.
I also miss Asuka. They should bring her back.
They should. So next week, we'll find out that Jordan and Julia will have a one-on-one match. Whoever wins that match will fight Stephanie for Battleground. A one-on-one, an actual one-on-one match. And where's Jada Parker? Not the fuck around here.
Hey, but I got something. So they supposed to wrestle next week. What if Asuka do come back and pop up on NXT, interfere in the match, end up being a triple threat, Asuka fucking win, and then we not see her move up?
Yeah, but then Asuka would fight Stephanie and lose the NXT. Stephanie not losing.
I would love to see Stephanie and Asuka fight.
Yeah, but Stephanie's not losing. Stephanie's not gonna lose for a very long time.
Okay, so what if she beat Sol Ruka? What if she goes to Sol Ruka, beat Sol Ruka, and then
she can't.
No, the North American belt belongs to the women of NXT. Yeah. Now, Asuka, I would love to see
Asuka haven't lost in NXT.
Yeah, that's fine, but she's not coming back to NXT to not lose again. That's burying talent. You don't need that in NXT right now. You need Asuka to never come back to NXT and to stay up to the main roster. Io Sky makes sense because she was there like 2 years ago.
Yes, I'm actually really happy to see Io Sky back in NXT just for a guest visit because she was in the original women's ladder match.
She was schooling them women.
Exactly. That's what matters.
And I'm again I like these different team ups that they're doing. I would love to see Asuka come back. I don't know if I could see her holding the main belt, but I could see her taking it from Stephanie. So I don't know how they would do that.
Yeah. I agree with Alex. Asuka should only be in the main roster. Exactly. No,
Yeah, but
never, ever come down to NXT. It would be a demotion.
Yeah.
How I feel about that, if they go shit on her in the main roster, go back to NXT. Because she was way happier and doing way more shit than she was in the main roster. I understand she won championships, but they've been shitting on her lately.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if NXT just becomes like the women's powerhouse of WWE, then bring back Asuka and have Asuka and Io Sky and all these other women just kind of like jumping. Like they're being way more fluid in 2025 with like NA and then jumping between NXT and the main roster, LFG, Evolve, because they realize like it's limiting to have just have people stuck in one roster. Like if they can go back and forth and try out different talents together, then why not?
But there are certain wrestlers that should never come back to NXT, like Asuka and maybe Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins should never come back to NXT. People like that, like they've already evolved from that.
They're far into the main roster. I mean,
hey, DT2 said it. Asuka need her WrestleMania moment.
Yeah.
Yeah. She should have had that. Maybe not New Orleans.
Try New Orleans for like a battle royal or something at the end. She needs something like that. But either way, ladies and gentlemen, Roman's NXT would be great. He was there. He was there just like Dean Ambrose and everything else.
Nuts, but he's like superstar status.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the end.
Yeah.
Overall rating of the show, Cardi?
I give it a solid B. Okay. I'll say that.
Right. Except for all the real random breakups. Seeds for later between Zarya and Lash and Akara.
Lots of potential seeds for the
B minus. B minus for me. D-Walk?
C.
C? All right. Joe is NA. DT2. We'll give you 30 seconds. Give us a rating of overall for the show, please. We'll give you 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, no, this was a decent show. I think they're setting up for WrestleMania, and I think the next year is going to be. I do agree. It's a nostalgia year for 2025.
There we go.
Let's go.
Thank you, guys. Give this a B.
Right.
Great show, guys. Great review, guys.
Thank you. We appreciate you.
Thank you. Appreciate you too, sir. Double B's. All right. Thank you. We'll be here on Saturday talking about movies, apparently, and
lots to talk
about. And the
Let us know what you want to see in the comments, guys.
Yeah. DT2,
thank you.
If you have topics to talk about for Saturday, let us know. D-Walk, take us away before I press the red button.
Invisible Woman, you've been killing it. Take us away. Oh, Joe,
damn it, Joe.
Sorry, my phone call ended there at the end. Sorry.
That's okay. But all right. Well, you know what? Let's do a nice little 2-minute lightning round.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Give your thoughts on the match and the different, the outcomes of all the different segments. Your time to shine.
Yeah.
I mean, the show overall, I just felt like the show was lacking a little bit. I feel like they could have done more. I feel like NXT, I feel like they're kind of rushing things. I feel like they're rushing things. They're not expanding out on storylines the way that they should. And I feel like they could go further on some of these storylines, and they're not doing that. And the whole Joe Hendry thing with the 6-man tag next week, it's like, why?
Dark State wins. They're
what
doing the same
point
thing
does it serve?
Yeah, for Dark State to win. That's the reason.
You think so?
Yeah, for Dark State to be fed more people. I mean,
yeah. No, I agree. You're trying things out this year, but keep going.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm just trying to feel like I'm just trying to see what they're trying to do with everything. I just want them to hurry up and get some of these people off of NXT and get them to the main roster so we free up some space for other people.
But okay,
who do you think should go to the main roster?
Yeah,
Trick Williams, Roxanne Perez, Julia. Who else? Ethan Page.
Yeah.
The culling would go up to the main roster now. The Fight the Judgment Day.
Soon, not yet.
Not yet.
Yeah,
I agree
know,
with
but
Party.
What
Party
about
no, not yet.
whatever? Fucking Gallus, bro. They
they're
like
in
just
the-
disappeared.
Gallus, they're on Evolve. They got demoted.
Yeah.
They're on Evolve.
Hey,
Wow. And Gallus was good.
you know what's weird about this?
Mm.
D-Walk was on a show with us on Evolve when we talked about Gallus,
Mm-hmm.
and he forgot about
We
that.
forget. It happens.
He did.
No, I mean, the Coffee Brothers, like,
That's what happens
would
when
be-
you
it would
smoke and drink too much.
Yeah.
I mean, things happen. ADHD.
I'm gonna pour some holy water on you.
You can't touch it.
Okay, but anyway,
All right.
go on.
The Coffee Brothers, if they don't take a belt in NXT, if they don't take the belt and Evolve, it would kind of bury them a little bit. But if they don't, then they should come back to the NXT roster, or figure out where they're gonna. Honestly,
They haven't made belts in Evolve yet, have they?
Nope.
No, not they're hinting at
getting there, hinting.
We talked about there's the tournament soon to crown the next champion, so we're getting there soon. We're getting there. Probably the next 2 or 3 episodes.
Takes long enough. Should
Just
have
for a
jump
tournament.
street.
I know, just to get to a tournament, just to see how many days or episodes that was. But before we leave, Sol Ruka versus Petrovic. Your thoughts on the match?
It was another opponent for Sol Ruka to squash. It's all leading up. It's going to be all leading up to Zarya versus Sol Ruka.
Yep.
Yeah,
You could tell by the way she was. Yeah, the way she was in the locker room. I was like, you got to go through me to get through Sol.
Yeah.
Kalani Jordan. And why are they now? Okay, y'all see it, right? Y'all see that they're starting to turn Kalani ratchet.
Yeah.
Yep.
You see it.
They're making
Every
her
time
like
they make-
a second Parker.
Every time they make an African American woman fucking heel, they turn her fucking ratchet.
Naomi.
Stop it.
Naomi.
Stop it.
Naomi.
Mhm.
Look what
Yeah,
they're
but
doing
Naomi went on schizophrenic crazy vibes. She's
Exactly.
Dream Girl.
Naomi,
Yeah.
that chick that I'm gonna kill your car now and fucking put sugar in your tank and I got razor blades in my hair and everything and I cut you. Ratchet vibe.
Yeah. And that's the thing about that.
Naomi typed that I'll cut you and then apologize about it.
Yeah.
I
When
just
she said
hope.
no,
Yeah.
she
I
had
just-
Nia Jax scared. Like she said, I cut you. Like she's like, damn, like ratchet vibes.
I know.
She came up with that. She came up with that I'll cut you energy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It is different. And D2 hang out as on Saturday. Now we're leaving because the longer we are, the less clips we have for later.
Why? Well, there was one more match for Joe to comment on. I believe it was the women's tag.
Which
match.
was?
Oh yeah, the women's tag match: Roxanne Julia versus Jordan and Io Sky. I think we talked about it in the beginning. Wait,
It was okay. I enjoyed it for the most part. I'm just not impressed with Jordan Grace. I'm not impressed with her. I'm not impressed. I'm more impressed with Io Sky. I'm impressed with Julia.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with Roxanne Perez. Those women impress me because they do things that stick out that make you want to watch them again.
Yeah, Jordan Grace didn't do as much botches as she did last week.
No, she wasn't. She didn't,
Maybe she'll learn to
didn't do
keep
a
her feet on
suicide
the ground.
dive. Yeah, she didn't do a suicide dive, so that's something else as well.
Hey, Joe said about time,
when
man.
you're a meathead muscles, you got to keep your feet on the ground, Jordan. You don't dive. You never saw Kevin Nash or Scott Steiner doing dives through the ropes.
Well, in the movie
Feet
Chick
on the
Fight,
floor, girl, feet on the floor.
Yeah.
Anyway, go on.
Well, no, I will say Io Sky definitely has a unique character that draws at you. But Jordan Grace, I feel like she's still trying to find her footing, and I know she's a seasoned wrestler, but maybe she's just finding her footing in NXT. Maybe she belongs in the main roster.
Yeah.
Comments.
I got it.
Go ahead, D-Walk.
Yeah.
Let's check out the comments.
No, I said so. For Kevin Nash to talk shit about Io Sky carried a lot of fucking shows.
Yeah.
Like he ain't.
She has. I agree with you.
Yeah. Yeah. So for Kevin Nash to talk shit, he got to worry about his knees not going out or popping or anything like that.
We should be talking shit on Io Sky.
DT2, Jordan will be fine after a while, is what you're saying. But my biggest problem is that she is a seasoned veteran. She is not a new star She is not somebody who's just getting into the business. She's someone who has 15 years, almost 20 years experience doing this. She's not new. She's been doing this for a long time. She should be able to have her feet on the ground and know what needs to be done.
Yeah.
She's been in TNA long enough. She's been all over the world, and she's been in different federations all over the world. She's been to NXT before.
Yeah.
Like this is something that she should know her basics. Know your role.
But
you're either a high flyer or you're a ground girl.
Yeah.
And guess what? He agrees with you, Joe. And with that, do you want some final thoughts going on?
I was about to say, Joe, you think she's shaky because ain't TNA rings smaller than WWE's ring?
A very, very small amount.
Yeah.
Very small.
Like I mean, half of most.
Now maybe the mainstream making her nervous.
They are slightly smaller.
Yeah. I mean, maybe the mainstream making her. She's in the big leagues now.
Yeah.
I know that. That's probably. I mean, maybe she can't handle. Maybe she can't handle it.
Yeah.
Now, look, we will talk about that on Saturday. It's already about an hour and a half. I'm barely hoping to get AI, ladies and gentlemen. I want to say thank you, Joe, for passing by. Thank you, DT2,
awesome
and him passing by. We'll hope to see you on Saturday if we can.
Thank you for passing by. We hope you join us on Saturdays and Thursdays.
And Sundays at 6 p.m. for the Evolve podcast. Stay healthy. Stay happy. We're getting the fuck out of here because God damn, an hour and a half.
Lace up your boots, we're about to fight. NXT in the house, bringing the hype. We walk on mic, ready to ignite. Detroit hip-hop, we take that flight. Body slamming, the crowd's going wild. A square circle, we're the kings of the pile. NXT superstars, we're breaking the mold. This Detroit beat will never get old. Step into the ring, feel the adrenaline rush. NXT wrestlers, we're the ones they can't crush. With our moves so smooth, we're the next generation. Detroit hip-hop meets wrestling sensation. Lace up your boots, we're about to fight. NXT in the house, bringing the hype. D-Walk on the mic, ready to ignite. Detroit.